Now, I'll give you my thing about gathering information in databases. It says most of us are salespeople. And when you get right down to it, our job is to sell our services and ourselves. And we strive to add more clients to our existing book of business. But the unfortunate fact is that most of us are in such a hurry to sell our services that we forget to do the most important thing, which is to get people to relate to us so that we can have something to sell. So remember, there's a quote from Bill Gates: the most important thing that we can do is gather as much information as possible and understand what our customers need. And from there, we can construct a presentation that has a high probability of giving them exactly what they want and hitting the bullseye every time. We've all heard the golden rule: do unto others as you'd have them do to you. But I've changed it a little bit, and now we call it the platinum rule, which states do unto others the way that they would want you to do unto them. So it's that empathy, putting ourselves in their shoes and understanding what they need and how we can help them. There's a great book that says, stop talking and start listening. So this is what we want to do when we start gathering information. When you're on the phone and you're talking to these 120 leads that we're going to talk to, that we're going to identify, every time you talk to them, ask them one interesting piece of information so that you can learn something more about how they like to be talked to. So you could say things like to an attorney, do you have a certain time of the day that you take sales calls or you return emails and phone calls, because you're probably busy most of the time? So what's your sales time? And they'll say, oh, 3 o'clock. Well, now you know the next time you call them at 3 o'clock. Don't call them at 3 o'clock in the morning when he's in a deposition. You can just slowly and surely learn a little bit more about your database, and that will make you more effective. So that's what we call working smarter, not harder, right? Mm-hmm. That's why every time we talk, I'm always shrinking your world. Instead of expanding it and saying farm more, go to more open house, I'm going, no, bring it in. Let's find the right 120 people. You've been doing this for like 15, 20 years. You've got 120 people. We just have to figure out who they are and what we're going to say to them. My rules are, I don't work with jackasses. And everybody I work with, we have to know how we're going to make money together. And I don't care if we make money in 2 months or 2 years, but we have to know what that's going to look like so that we're both committed. So when I meet somebody online, if they're interesting to me for some reason, if they speak to me in a polite way, if they're not artificial intelligence, if they have some product that's of interest to me, the first thing I say to them is, I have 2 rules. I wouldn't mind having a conversation with you to see if we get along. I'll give you 3 minutes. If we can't get along in 3 minutes and identify how we're going to make money together, it's not going to work out, in which case I say, it was great meeting you. I'll keep you in mind, and we'll certainly stay in touch on digital media and LinkedIn. If you could think of something, in the short run that is a need that I can provide to you, give me a call. So for you, you have to have a qualifying explanation or a qualifying operating statement for yourself that will keep you from wasting your time talking to people that aren't going to produce anything for you. I shouldn't say aren't going to produce anything. We want a specific result. Our result is 24 closed transactions in 2020. You probably don't need to spend more than 3 minutes. Don't overcomplicate it. It's what can you do for me? And you offer up front. I got a call this morning. I got a call from a real estate agent. Cold, off of LinkedIn. So I sent out a message to him saying, we've been connected. I sent a video. You may have gotten it also, or maybe you're not on LinkedIn, so you won't get it. But I sent a video that said, just like this, black background or blue background. Hey, we've been connected for a while, but we've never actually talked. I'd love to have a conversation with you by phone or Zoom and see if we like each other. If we do, and we can figure out how to make money together, there may be an opportunity for us to help each other. So last year, I sent about 15 transactions to the real estate agents that I work with throughout Southern California. So I sent that message out. This guy called me back. He says, I have a $2 million purchase for you. They're trying to get their loan with Bank of America. I don't really want them to go to Bank of America. Can you help? I said, sure. He said, well, what are you going to do for me? I said, well, what do you need? He goes, I need leads. I said, great. I've got about 7 to 15 real estate agents I work with right now. I could probably handle 30. That's my entire stable. And my commitment is to generate leads for all those people. So if you're sending me $2 million transactions, you tell me what kind of transactions you like, and I will start to run marketing campaigns that will deliver transactions back to you. Love to be in that relationship. He said, no problem. The problem was he didn't exactly pass my first test. I don't know that we really liked each other. We very quickly established that there was a referral to be made. And he wanted to send me the $2 million deal, and he wanted me to send him more transactions. We established that. So we knew how we were going to make business. But what we didn't establish is whether or not we like and trust each other. And so my concern in working with somebody like that is when the transaction comes in, if something goes sideways on the transaction, which it almost always does, it's going to create a fight, and it might be a one-time deal. And that would be a waste of time because I'm not looking to create one-time relationships. I'm looking to create long-term. So you have to come up with your 2 rules and put them out there right up there front to whoever you're talking to.